What's up, beautiful people? We are back. She's back. What's up, guys? What's up, beautiful people? So I'm showing off my gadgets. I got a couple gadgets here for y'all to brag about. This is a Sigma Gamma Rho fan. Yes, we got on a Sigma Gamma Rho fan. And baby, when you having a private summer, you need you a Sigma Gamma Rho fan. The other thing I'm fixing to brag to y'all about is my bag. It's embossed Sigma Gamma Rho 1922. Look at that with the pearls and it's so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. These are some goodies that I got from our absolutely fantastic out of this world boule. You guys, we had such a good weekend. Hello, Soror. I just got through look, my Soror has one too. I just got through bragging about this one here. So you guys, make sure you share my live because the UDA, the owners of the algorithm, Pearls and Rubies, right? The Pearls and the Rubies had us gagging, right? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's just such a cute feature. And I haven't even shown y'all the whole thing. Hold on. We're going to get right to it. Make sure you guys share this live because the UDA, the owners of the algorithm, you know, how they clowning on you girls. So make sure you guys share this far and wide, please. Because we're going to have a little bit of fun. And this is the cutest part, guys. So we've got the SG Row 1922 embossed clutch, which is the blue matches. Look how that blue matches my nails. It's like perfection. Baby, it's all about that royal blue and gold. And I can't wait to share some more of the footage from our boule. It was awesome and amazing and incredible. So the color is so good, right? It's electric. That indigo is just so good. So good. So you guys, I got some praise reports and some really cool things that I want to share with you all. First off, I'm coming back from, you guys see me representing. Look, I found a Marines shirt in that royal blue and gold. My husband, I'm married to a Marine, y'all. And Aaron and I today did Pro-Am, which is an organization that is raising money for veterans and their families. So super geeked up to be able to go and sing the national anthem. It was, it's always, I have a heart for like getting involved in things in the community. It's just, I love it. I think it is just the best thing as a human being that you can do. Share your time and your gifts when you have the opportunity to positively impact people's lives, right? Oh, your son is a Marine. Okay, Norma. That's awesome sauce. Honey, these Marines don't play, baby. What they say, simplify, But today was awesome. So Braylon, my grandson, was able to go and he hung out. Him and Aaron's son are cool. Cal, he's amazing. Shout out to Cal, doing big things in basketball. Both her kids, awesome things. But I wanted to just jump on real quick and first of all say, thank y'all for, in spite of the fact that it is clear that the owners of the algorithm don't like your girl's message to reach as many of the followers as I have. But I think we're seeing that across the board. I was looking at something, I think it was yesterday, and they were talking about the lack of media coverage for Vice President, soon to be President Kamala Harris, right? And how much coverage that the Republican candidate got, right? And it's crazy because, you see it happening, with the biggest companies, the biggest media companies. There's a post that I'm going to repost, but long story short, when they know that we are as geeked as we are about this election, because people are fired up about this election and we're going to vote for the first time ever in the history of America, a woman into office. And I think a lot of us that have voices that are opinionated, outspoken, and we amplify the positive, accentuate the positive, and eliminate the negative crap. I think a lot of us are being shadow banned. I think a lot of us are having limited reach to our bases. Someone says, my husband is also a Marine vet. Yes, he tries to work with the vets also to assist them with mental health issues. Yes. Kato, you being rude. I'm on live, homie. Chill out. But needless to say, I'm not going to spend this live complaining about the powers that be and their control over the media and their ability to, limit our reach. I'm going to talk to the people who are here and share some really cool things with you guys. So, some of you may know about a show that I did in I think we kicked it off in 2017. And the show is called She Speaks Live. And She Speaks Live was our version of a late night, sexy, might I add, smart, opinionated group of women of a certain age and a certain perspective. All different perspectives, actually. But She Speaks Live is a show that I created that I'm super duper proud of. And Christine Beatty is a host, and Stacey J. Johnson's a host, and Shanita Foster, really smart women who are my friends in real life, right? Who I think are just some of the smartest people that I know. And it really resonated with the audience. So we started the show in studio here in Atlanta. We started it in 2018. Was it 2017, 2018? 2018. I think I did it. Whatever. That's not as important as what I'm going to say. So we're coming back. We're doing studio shows. I know I have said that before. If you guys follow at She Speaks Live, hold on, I always forget to do this. Y'all let old auntie always, y'all be like, on this live, and hold on, let me put my glasses on, see. This 54 is all up in the eyes, That's so much better. Okay. WarpTV.com. Boom. Hold on, y'all. And I'm going to try to go live again later. You got to check this algorithm because, they be on that BS. And, I think it's really unfair. Okay. I think it's really unfair the way they limit the reach of positive messages. But we're going to get them out here to the people anyway. Okay. So She Speaks Live is a series that I created, and I felt like there was a space that was needed for women of color to have a voice above all of the noise. It's so much negative shit out there. It's so much negative, toxic narrative. And, now we're seeing where, our soon to be Madam President of the United States, is even, the messaging is even impacting her campaign, not in a negative way, because we all voting for her anyway. But there's a lot of misinformation out there, and largely due to the fact that we don't have enough media platforms or enough media outlets of our own to be able to get our own narratives and our own messages out there. And what I have been hearing, some of y'all saw me being petty Betty today, honey. Y'all saw me being petalicious when I talked about the fact that, I didn't talk about, I reposted information from Forbes.com and Variety.com that said that Stars and Lionsgate have been losing subscribers. Lots and lots. 800,000, 500,000, and normally, let me say this. Normally, I would never gloat in someone else's misfortune. But baby, when you 4 years and hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars in there, sometimes you just got to remember that. And let me say this, it wasn't about gloating as much as it was about me being happy to see that what goes around comes around is a real thing. Karma is a real thing. And being patient and trusting God is a real thing. And I feel slightly vindicated, although I will feel completely vindicated when I'm given the opportunity to go to trial. Vindication for me isn't even about, winning at the end, because at the end of the day, it should be triers of fact and jurors that determine, who wins and who loses. And, if a majority jurors don't rule in my favor, there's nothing I can say about that. Winning for me is having the opportunity to go to trial, having the opportunity to actually go to court and get before a jury, which every American should have, no matter what, especially if it's not frivolous. But the judge thinks my case is frivolous, so we're going to appeal, see what they think, and hopefully they don't agree. Not that they don't agree. Hopefully they find error. I have to be careful in my words. And we're remanded back to trial. So if there's one thing I can ask you, and I know I went on a little bit of a tangent because I was talking about something else, But if there's one thing I could ask all of you to do that would be very helpful for me, is just pray that we get to oral hearing and that, we are allowed to proceed to trial. So I'm not going to spend the whole live talking about P-Valley and Stars and Lionsgate, because it looks like God is doing what he's doing over there. And I ain't got nothing to do with it except for the prayers that I be praying sometimes, about fairness and reaping what you sow, and what goes around comes around. And I hope you get back tenfold whatever you put out to other people, outside of, little moments here and there of that. I don't wish anybody any ill will. I want everyone to succeed. That's what it's all about. It's all about everyone being greater. Speaking of greater, we are bringing back our in-studio episodes of She Speaks Live. I'm actually down here in our studio where we film nights with Nikki, because, your girl is a fountain of ideas, as my friend Faith Evans would say. And I have a lot of really, I think, great ideas, but I have a ton of ideas. And sometimes you determine whether or not they're great based on executing and what people think about it. So luckily, a lot of the content that I've been creating, y'all been digging. But I'm going to do a mashup. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. So some of you have been asking, I like the post too. Thank you for liking the post. Being patient and trusting God. That's a word. That's it. So we're lifting you in your case in prayer. Thank you guys. And I'll make sure my team, we'll make sure that, this oral hearing is going to be live streamed on YouTube. And, I love that as well, because like I said, again, what's more important to me than anything. And again, we're seeing each and every day the impact of algorithms and what they allow to get through and what they don't, right? Unfortunately, the only thing we can do to change that is to build and create our own networks, our own groups, our own collectives. It is the thing that is going to make the difference in everybody's career going forward, whether you're in the entertainment industry, whether you're because it's all, and I know I'm going on a little bit of a tangent here, but it is all connected. It's important to say this. A lot of times you guys look at us as entertainers and you're just like, oh, okay, it's fluffy and, they get paid a whole bunch of money and they don't work that hard and blah, blah, blah. Nothing could be further from the truth, right? There's so much I could say about that comment that entertainment industry folks have it easy because we just rich and we just make a whole bunch of money and we just go out and get dressed up and put on hair and makeup and do our thing. This is as much of a job as your corporate job because it is all connected, right? Without corporate sponsorship, a lot of us don't work. Without corporate sponsorship, you don't have ad sales and ad revenue. So a lot of the networks would not be able to thrive. So the entire entertainment industry is built on a corporate structure, right? Please understand that these corporations are very corporate and the people who run them are not all rock stars. Some of them are accountants and lawyers and strategists and all kind of stuff. So be clear that, while it may appear that, a lot of entertainers that are voicing their grievances publicly, that are sharing their struggles, be clear that it is not much different than a lot of the stuff that you experience, except we have to do it in public for all the world to see, which adds a whole nother layer of something complicated that only a select group of people understand. So all that to say, Diary of a Diva has been very well received. I'm so grateful for you guys for watching and having opinions. The Funky Dineva interview from, I think it's been a few weeks now. If you have not seen it, please make sure that you do. Make sure that you share it with someone. That interview, I know, it changed a perspective I think that people had about me, and it changed my perspective on the people who watched our show and Funky Dineva and the people who blog and get out here and rip us to shreds. It just really opened my eyes to, a lot. And I am really excited about continuing to have those kinds of conversations, right? Because I feel like, number one, the R&B brand is priceless. I think it's a brand, R&B Divas, brand is priceless. I think it's a brand that still has legs. I think it's a brand that people still want to see. And I think there's a really great opportunity for us to be bosses and have much more control over the narrative, much more control over the story. And with all that being said, I'm going to do a hodgepodge in this new season of She Speaks Live. And it's going to be kind of a mashup. It will be our regular panel, and we're going to introduce some new panelists. I'm so excited about that. Our first day of taping is in, 2 weeks? I'm supposed to be on a diet, trying to get ready for them extra 10, 15 pounds that the TV, is going to add, but it is what it is. I am who I am. We're going to have a really great group of panelists. I can tell you Miss Stacey J will be back with her love and relationship stuff. We're going to have some really powerful conversations around politics in this country. We're going to have some incredible, y'all listen. We got a guest coming up on She Speaks Live that is going to I think this one is going to set the internet on fire. So we're wrapping up the details, but I'm really excited about getting back in studio. We're going to have live musical performances. We're going to change our setup slightly. If you watched a few years ago, we're still going with the hot pink, colors, but we're going to add a few. It's just going to be exciting. I'm super excited. We have some production meetings next week to really talk through it in more detail, but I encourage everybody. This has been a real journey for me, right, you guys? And I know that I really probably wear on some of y'all nerves extra thin when I be always on here talking about what's going on with this case and whatnot and all the things, right? But I speak on that so often because you cannot imagine. Maybe some of y'all can. But until you've actually been in it, you cannot imagine the mental, emotional, and psychological weight of taking an entire multi-billion-dollar corporation to task about, your intellectual property and going through a system that traditionally has just not ever really ruled in favor of plaintiffs. But I'm really, really grateful to have. When I say I got the dopest team of attorneys, like shout out to Baker Donaldson and Holland and Knight, and I got a bunch of them. Oh, it's a bunch of them. I'll be looking at them emails like $10,000, $100 million, $1 trillion, 50, like counting them like, oh shit. But they have been really incredibly supportive of me in this case, and we feel like we're about to do something historic. We feel like we're about to set precedent. We feel like we're about to really prove that you can pursue your intellectual property rights. You can pursue your rights as a creator, as an owner of content. You can do that and be okay in the end, right? And this will prove it one way or the other, because when I tell you, baby, listen, I don't hold nothing back when I say the most financially, emotionally challenging thing I have ever had to experience in my life. Every single solitary day for the last 4 years, I wake up to like bills on bills on bills on bills on bills on. Can you pay my bills? Pay my lawyer bills? Pay my marketer bills? Man, listen, ain't no joke. But I don't regret it. And I know that God has something super, super, super important that he is using me and my family for in this moment. And I say all that to say, I start working on stuff, right? So we get our schedule together for She Speaks Live. We get our schedule together for, all the stuff. And then I'm like, oh shit, y'all, I got to pay my experts bill. So we can't, because I'm not in the business of not having ownership of anything else I create. And in order to have ownership of the things that I create, I could probably go and sell a television idea or sell a TV show to somebody because I'm considered good TV or TV gold because I say what I got to say. But it's just much bigger than that for me at 54 and going through a lot of the things that I've been through. I'm not in the business of selling ideas anymore. It's all about license. Shout out to my soror. Shout out to my soror. April Showers. All my sorors. All the new, honey. Oh, y'all be, child. That's right. Woo. I got a cute dog in the house. Baby, listen when I tell you. Just pay attention to Sigma Gamma Rho. That's all I got to tell you. All the deny. And a matter of fact, oh dang, I should have put that in the thing. You guys, make sure you follow, even if you're not a part of the Divine Nine. Please make sure you follow at Sorors Collective. I don't think I can. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Ooh, I got to slow down because I got so much stuff I need to run by y'all, and I'm probably not gonna do it all at once on this live, but you know, hold on. Oh, okay. She just did it. So you guys, make sure, I don't think I can do two. Okay, so Lauren, can you do me a favor? I'm gonna pin that for a minute, and then I'm going to switch back to Worth so we can get people to, so just make sure you bop that in, because then I'll pin that. You guys, look at that pin from my Soror Golden 1704. Sorors Collective. So I'm super excited about that. I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about it because it's very, 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 very early stages. It even says new on the Instagram thing. But, you know, short story is that there's so many amazing women in these Divine Nine organizations. So many. Like when I sit down with my expert on my team and my experts on my team, and we start going through like what women are members of Divine Nine, a lot y'all probably don't even know. Like I was like, oh, she's a Delta, oh, she a AK, oh, she a Zeta, and then you guys see where Angie Stone and Leela James and Tatiana Ali all became honorary members of Zeta, and we just had a line of I think 15. When I say badass, it's just amazing. So we're really excited about some of these initiatives that we are kicking off through the Sorors Collective, and I'm excited about sharing some of that stuff. We'll be sharing some of those tidbits and updates on She Speaks Live. So let me get into the She Speaks Live and Diary of a Diva mashup for you guys, because it's going to be fantastic. First of all, don't y'all miss those really fun late night variety shows, your Arsenio Halls, your who else had a really, really fun show? I'm really old school, baby. I remember, what is it, Solid Gold. And I remember, I'm a big fan of Carol Burnett, some really great variety shows. So while we don't have a Carol Burnett budget, we don't have an Arsenio Hall budget because we are very clear about maintaining ownership and licensing our content. As I was saying before I got sidetracked, shout out to the Afro Unicorn, our soror, April Shower. She just did a show with Earn Your Leisure. Make sure you guys go and check that out, where she talked about the importance of licensing her ownership. She had them all coming trying to be a part of, what she was building. And she made it very clear, I have to have ownership. And this is what we're doing going forward. Things will have to be adjusted based on our budgets until we get into the big leagues, but we are really excited about WIRFTV.com, which is our streaming platform. We are web-based right now, but we will definitely become an app very soon. And you'll be able to watch the tapings of She Speaks Live, if you are a member of WIRFTV.com streaming app, before everyone else gets it. We're going to launch the episodes in September for the fall lineup. But if you want to see it live, if you want to see it uncut, if you want to see it while it happens, if you want to be hard in the paint with us, all the stuff that gets cut out on the cutting room floor, you'll be able to see that on WIRFTV.com. So we're really excited. And then also, if you're a member of WIRF, Lauren, can you give me that WIRF link real quick so I can pin it, please? And thank you, ma'am. If you're still on here, if you're not, then I'll go on ahead and do it. Well, you know what? I can do it, shit. Baby, listen. Mama just be needing her glass. Okay, there she go. Boom. Okay, thank you. Thank you, my soror, still on it. I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay. Boom. Okay. So WIRFTV.com. Y'all see how, it's no secret. I said it at the beginning of the live. We get shadow banned. And we're not going to be shadow banned over at WIRFTV.com, right? We're going to be able to speak the things that we want to speak. How do you become a member of the website? You just log on to WIRFTV.com and it'll give you the option to sign up. It would mean the world. We have a special going on, right? Listen, you guys. Okay. So I'm so excited to say that a large part of my team, majority of my team, are all members of Sigma Gamma Sorority Incorporated. And it just happened like that. They smart. They're good at what they do. We're sorors. So we said, what the hell? Let's just make it happen. So we came up with a really awesome promotion, which is, if you know anything about 1922, we have a special where you get the entire year of programming at WIRFTV.com for $19.22. $19.22 gets you the whole year. Now, the programming that you're going to get this year is going to be phenomenal and incredible. We are doing a holiday special. We are doing a reunion special. We are doing, the first thing you're going to see is our episodes, our all new episodes of She Speaks Live. Like I said, when you are a member of WorthTV.com and you are subscribed, most of you guys are paying subscriptions on Instagram or Twitter or somewhere for content. We gonna make sure that the content that you receive, you get new content every month. We already got content there now. You can watch old episodes of From the Bottom Up, season 1. You can watch our film, our short film, Social Conflict. You can watch new docuseries. So we have a bunch of stuff that's already there. But what we've been doing is building our new slate of programming that is going to be launching this fall. And we have, for a limited time, $19.22 for 12 months. And you'll be grandfathered in, which means that if you do it now, then that is where you are and that is where you stay. So there's already a bunch of stuff on there for you guys to look at and to enjoy. We're going to be doing some really, I've been trying to work through my chops, but there's one conversation in particular. I guess I can go on ahead and say it. We have been in conversations with the creator of Good Times, Mr. Eric Monty. And we have already had one incredibly powerful conversation with Eric and Mr. Eric Monty and his family. And we are going to have another one that will be available on WIRFTV.com exclusively first. And if you become a member, then you'll be able to watch that live, as well as some other lives that we're doing that, how should I say? It's like, let's take, for example, many of you know, I did a show called From the Bottom Up. On the show From the Bottom Up, we had Sarah Stokes from Making the Band. We had Angela Stanton King, who spent a long time in prison. Brandy Davis, who spent like 10 years in prison for some drug stuff. Maia Campbell, who we actually stopped filming with Maia. Oh my God, it's so much good stuff. Oh my goodness, it's so much good stuff. We got updates from like all of those women. It's going to be so good. So you will see the From the Bottom Up reunion if you watch that show. So you should be catching up on season 1. Christine Beatty, who was at the center of the controversy with Kwame Kilpatrick, she served time for perjury. Kimberly Smedley, who was one of the original, fix a flat, butt lift women when butt lifts first started coming out. She's on the show. You can watch that season now. Stacey J. Johnson, who was working with the mayor's office and had a DUI. Stacey ain't do no real time. She just, was one of those real short stints. Crystal, many of you don't know, Ronnie from Players Club was on the show. She actually shot somebody at Freaknik. So, also did Sanford and Son. He also did, yes, talking about Eric Monty. Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons, Cooley High. Like, you guys, his story is so powerful. That in and of itself, that conversation alone is worth $19.22. But also, just really incredible content that I think elevates conversations about mental health and wellness, elevates conversations about politics, which is something very important for all of us to become more engaged in and more involved in. And we're also getting to this mashup. They robbed them. Okay. These days you can't even say they robbed them without it being like, oh my God, she's on her live saying things that are not true. I know more than I want to say because I want you guys to watch the interview and the conversation with Mr. Monty. I can't wait for people to hear Mr. Monty's story. It's powerful. Yes. Lauren is one of my producers, in case you guys don't know. And we have our calls beforehand. kind of talk through the show. And man, you guys gonna be so shocked when you hear this Eric Monti conversation and his family. Like, he has a whole family here in Atlanta, you know what I mean? And he's got grandchildren, and his granddaughter is a writer, and she has written, like, okay, I'm giving y'all too much. You've got to tune in and watch the whole episode. We're also going to have, I mentioned, guest co-hosts. So let me get into this R&B Divas, Diary of a Diva moment. So I've got a couple of really powerful conversations coming up with women who are on R&B Divas. I know many of you, watched the first Diary of a Diva, which was kind of like our pilot episode with me and Monifa, which Mo and I really need to have another conversation. But just to kind of give you guys a little tease, right? What I would like to do, I've already said publicly that I would love to have Q, Funky Geneva, host the R&B Divas reunion. And I think he is like the perfect pop culture, been there, was there during that time, very neutral. Not necessarily neutral. He's just going to tell you the truth, how you want to hear it, So I'm really hoping that we can get him in his busy ass schedule, because he's out here, baby. Funky Dineva is out here running these YouTube streets. He is like the godfather of YouTube, like Mr. Eric Monti is the godfather of the sitcom. But as you guys may very well know, we've had over the last month 3 former R&B divas, well, there'll always be R&B divas to me, but 3 R&B divas have become members of the Divine Nine. Angie Stone is a Zeta. Leela James is a Zeta. Congratulations. And Latavia is a Sigma, which is so exciting. And then, I work with Tatiana Ali on Soul Kittens Cabaret. Tatiana Ali was in Soul Kittens. So, and so was Angie, and so was Selena, and so was Monifa, and so was Faith, and it's the whole thing. So we're going to get into all of the things. But I'm super excited because we're going to be having 2 of the ladies, and I think I might be very close to booking a third. Come on, and we're going to do a She Speaks Live Diary of a Diva mashup, where we are Hey Soror, where I'm going to have my one-on-ones in studio. And we're going to talk all things R&B Divas. And this is ideally what I would like to see happen. And I know y'all going to ask. I hope to get everybody. I hope to get all of the women, at least on the Atlanta side, because, we have budgetary constraints for now, right? One is coming from out of town. And baby, when I tell you, when y'all see this, we haven't even had taped the interview, but we had our sort of conversation. And child, when I tell y'all, I was just like, mouth on the floor. And I want to say this as a disclaimer. Do not feel or think for 1 minute that the intention of these Diary of a Diva moments is to be messy. Because it is the exact opposite. And truthfully, the moments are really being produced by the women who are in the moments. Like Monifa wanted to have this conversation. I wanted to have this conversation. There was no like, this what we gonna talk about, this what is going. We just sat down and had a conversation, and one thing led to another. And for me, I've said before, if you guys have not seen Diary of a Diva with Monifa and I, please go to worthtv.com or our YouTube channel, which is worth.tv. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, worth.tv. But, it wasn't all planned out and thought out. We had just done Urban One Honors together, which was a wonderful experience. And I was like, yo, this would be a good time for us to have a conversation. Want to have it? She was like, sure, let's have it. These are going to be a little more refined in terms of just, we're shooting it in studio. We have producers. I got a producer from a really big talk show. So excited. Well, I haven't yet. I got a verbal yes. And we're having lunch. And it's like, no, I'm in. So I'm excited about that because we're trying to elevate and we're trying to execute this in a way that is authentic to our She Speaks Live voice, but also entertaining and compelling to everybody out there. So you guys, watch it. So again, you can watch the live taping, so you can see all the mistakes and all the cuts and all the let's do it again and all that stuff. If you are a member of worthtv.com, if you join our community, you'll be able to watch the episodes. Our first taping is, once you become a member, then you'll know when our first live taping date is in studio. But it's this month. It's towards the end of this month. I won't tell you the exact date. You'll get an invitation to watch the live taping once you become a member, WIRFTV.com. Okay, so much to talk about. Brownstone. Let me talk to y'all about Brownstone. We are on the road this fall. Super exciting. And it's so crazy because, I was like, oh man, we missed the boat on Queens of R&B, which they're doing great. Shout out to the ladies. Thank you. Matter of fact, thank you. They actually left tickets for my sister in Detroit. My family, many of you know, I've shared before, my sister is bravely fighting blastoma, brain cancer. And it's just beautiful when your friends in high places are like, I got you. So thank you, ladies, for looking out. We really appreciate that. Go sign up now. Exactly. WIRFTV.com. Make sure you guys go sign up. But so much to share. So Brownstone. Outside of me and Aaron singing the anthem today for Pro-Am, benefiting America's veterans, of which my husband is a Marine vet. That's why he ain't really about this entertainment industry life. Thank you for your prayers. I really appreciate that. That's why he ain't really about this entertainment industry life, because he too serious. He don't really be all smiling and laughing and giggling and shit. He be watching everything and everybody, even when they don't know he watching them. He see y'all. But anyway, Brownstone that's the tea too much. Brownstone is kicking off our run with Keith Sweat in the Sweat Hotel in Vegas, baby. So get your friends, get your girls, get your boys, and come to Las Vegas and party with Brownstone. We are partying with Keith Sweat. We are partying with Black Mocha Street. Baby, lately I've been thinking something's going wrong, 'cause you got an attitude and you're not in the mood like you used to. Girl, I can feel it when I hold you in my arms. The feeling is not the same. Hey, and I'll be the one to blame. I don't want to lose your love. I don't want to say bye-bye. True love is so hard to find, and it's right between your lips and mine, and my heart before I let go. Hey, I'll be singing backstage, y'all. Hey, listen. Brownstone, Blackstreet, and Silk. Baby, don't stop. Hey, baby, don't stop. Baby, don't stop. Come on, y'all. Oh, baby. Whatever. Y'all know I'm going to be singing in the background. So come party with us. Come sing with us. That was so ghetto, but y'all understand what it is. And make sure you guys are following brownstoneofficial.com, because there's so much really cool stuff going on with Brownstone as well, which will be a part of what we're doing at Worth TV. Worth TV got it popping. Do you understand what I have said? Do you understand? We are doing great things over there. Yes, so the Brownstone Keith Sweat Hotel, I think we're in Chicago, which I got to hit my Sora up because, we in Chicago. We got Soras in Chicago, so we got to make sure we hit our Soras in Chicago up. We're in Chicago the second week of September, I believe. So you guys make sure you go to brownstoneofficial.com. And you can also become a member of brownstoneofficial.com so you can see all the things that we're working on. But we are celebrating our 30-year anniversary of the song If You Love Me, with y'all old asses. If you've been listening to If You Love Me since it came out, you grown in real life. Please join the program. Please. If You Love Me turns 30 in October, on October 24th. So we are going to release something really special for you guys. And I know, can y'all believe it's been 30 years? I'm just like, oh my God, it's been 30 years. And I really, I'm just truly grateful. I'm just truly grateful, because not only have I had, a career where Michael Jackson gave me a record deal, but our music has been playing on the radio for 30 years. People have been listening to I Don't Wanna Wait 30 years of that. So I'm very grateful to God, and very grateful to Maxie, and very grateful to Mimi and Kina and Tisha, anybody who has ever lended their voice and their talent to this Brownstone machine. I'm just really grateful to be able to say that our single will be 30 years old in 2 months, roughly. So we're doing something really special for that. And then our album, From the Bottom Up, which is also the title of our nonprofit organization, fromthebottomup.org. Our album is turning 30 years old on January 10th, 2025. Y'all, let me say it one more time. Hold up. My old ass glasses on. We finna be celebrating 30 years. So it's been a journey. Look like I'm in the awards speech. I want to thank y'all sincerely, and everybody who has ever, bought a Brownstone record, all the young people out there singing Brownstone songs, covering Brownstone songs. We just did a show last week in Kansas City. And we do this little segment of the show. I'm not going to give y'all too much. Ooh, wait till y'all see our outfits for this Vegas thing, but it's okay. I'm going to tell y'all later. But we did a show in Kansas City. And we have this little segment in our show where we kind of just go over all the people who have remade our song. And I think it's been about 25 or maybe more covers of some kind of Brownstone stuff, right? So needless to say, them people was our age and above. So they were not here for the whole, all the other stuff we were playing to just take them down memory lane. They're please sing the song we know. So it's really interesting how we have different audiences, and they have, a different interpretation of the group and what we do. But it's a beautiful thing. I'm so blessed and so fortunate to be here. I'm getting emotional. Get my Sigma Gamma Rho fan. And my Sigma Gamma Rho purse that I done showed y'all 5 times with the pearls and the rubies. This will make me feel better. No, but it's really a beautiful thing. I know I'm being a little ridiculous and silly, and I'm not even really that tired. But it's a beautiful thing to be here for this amount of time and to be sharing this moment with, because, we're 3 generations. Lex is not 40 yet, honey. That's the baby of the bunch. Aaron is barely 40. Good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about middle. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. So we represent 3 different, groups of women. And it's just really beautiful to see Aaron and Alexis being able to work together as sisters in this situation. And when I tell you, and this is no slight, whenever I start praising, when I praised Tisha, people thought I was dissing Kina. Now I'm praising Aaron and Alexis, and people think I'm dissing Tisha. That's not it. That's not how I get down. I don't operate that way. So let me just put that disclaimer out here, so y'all know. I'm too old to be messy. Just direct tell you what I know, how I know it from my lived experiences, and don't expect you to do nothing but take what you can use and throw the rest away if that's what you want to do with it. So let me say, I have been so blessed. Hold on, let me fan because I'm hot. Y'all see that dew? Just give me a minute. Whew. I just got through telling y'all I was 54. And along with turning 54 comes the season where your body just decides it wants to be a furnace or an iceberg, depending on, you know, a lot of things. But child, these private summers, they just happen. Okay, good. Look, Tabitha Brown calls hers Perry. Auntie Perry. Baby. This Auntie Faye, honey. Whew. I saw y'all talking about me when I was on Funky the Neva show. Talking about get her a fan and get her some air. Sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with the fan or the air. It's just literally like, it's just fine. It's just, we just turn into little baby furnaces on the inside. That's all. So let me reel it in. Brownstone. Grateful, 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 grateful. I was saying when the Queens of R&B tour was coming up, Mona did reach out. Shout out to Mona Scott. She definitely reached out to us and, you know, it just didn't work out. But I just remember thinking at the time, like, you know, not, and this isn't like, dang, I wish we was, no, because that wasn't for us. That was their blessing and they out there kicking it and killing it. And I can't wait to interview all of them so they can tell us all about it. We're going to interview them on She Speaks Live, and there are plenty of dates for us to all do together. But I say this to say, I was in a space of like, dang, that would have been really cool. But I remember specifically saying, God is going to put us in position to do something that is more in our lane, definitely gives us, because, you know, there's a hierarchy in the girl group situation. You know, SWV done sold 50, 11 million trillion records. Escape done sold 50, 11 trillion records. TLC, you know, Brownstone ain't in the trillions. We in the millions though. We made somebody $30, $40 million somewhere. But we're very good in our space and we're very good in our lane. And I'm just grateful that I feel like this spot is great because, you know, we are the female energy and we're a lot of times the only girl group on a lot of shows. You know, we've done shows with Blackstreet since the beginning of our career. So this will be fun. But I remember we did Kim and Joe, like, you know, Tyrese, and we're the only females on the show. And baby, listen, we sang the stage down. We performed the stage down. So I'm excited about that. My group members are excited about that. And I would be remiss. I wanted to share this. And you guys make sure that you are following at The Magic Jones. At The Magic Jones. So Aaron, Alexis, and Ashley are biological sisters. Same mama, same daddy. All beautiful, gorgeous, and super freaking talented. And they together are working on a children and families album. They have been nominated for a Grammy. They were nominated, I think, 2 years ago for a Grammy for Best Children's Album. They're working on another album. This is the three sisters together. They are called At The Magic Jones, right? Their last name is Jones. They are three of the most sincere, beautiful inside and out. They get it from their mama, who I absolutely adore. She's my mama too. Just really great people. There is a space where there's a void in that space with children and family, and they are clearly going to be a representation of a much needed change in that category. So you guys, make sure you follow them. Make sure you support them. I'm so excited to support this venture. Their album will be finished very soon. I will be blowing it up and sharing it all on my page, sharing it on the Brownstone page. This is just how we get down. This is how we operate. When one of us or three of us in this case is doing something special, we amplify that. and we support that, and we show up for that. That's just how we get down. So I'm really excited about what my sisters are working on. I think this is going to be phenomenal. Brownstone is still going to give you guys some covers of our hits for our 30-year anniversary celebration. We are definitely going to be on tour in 2025. We are exploring a few different options right now. Premature to talk about it, but hopefully we'll be able to say something about it soon. Outside of these dates we're doing with Keith Sweat. So we are, I think, 6 shows with Keith Sweat, and I think they're working on some more. So we're excited about that. So you guys make sure y'all visit us in the Sweat Hotel. Honey, the fashions will be fashioning. We're going to add some new and fresh moments to our live show, so you guys will be able to see that. And what else on the Brownstone front? Oh yeah, and just, again, Magic Jones's, but as far as Brownstone goes, please make sure that you join our Brownstone page, because we'll also be giving you guys some behind the scenes of our Brownstone performances. So for those of you who go to WIRFTV.com, take advantage of that 1922. Let me show y'all again. Embossed. Here you go. 1922. $19.22, which is a Sigma Gamma Rose special that I just created with my sorors. You'll be able to see all the behind the scenes shenanigans on the Sweat Hotel tour, at least the Brownstone behind the scenes shenanigans. If Blackstreet lets us have our Worth TV cameras in their dressing room, then maybe maybe y'all will get to see them warming up, whatnot, here and there. Exactly, Lauren. You get all the behind the scenes exclusive, and y'all want the behind the scenes exclusives of Brownstone in Vegas with Blackstreet and Keith Sweat and Silk, because y'all might even be able to get, I'm gonna see if I can get Lil G to do y'all a serenade, but you can only get a serenade if you are a member of WorthTV.com. You feel me? That is the whole thing. You've got to be a member. And for 1922, for the whole year, right? Y'all get the behind the scenes of our new season taping, She Speaks Live, before anybody else sees it. So you know who our guests are going to be before anybody else. You know what they're going to be talking about before anybody else. You have an opportunity to ask questions, which is really cool, because our live shows on WorthTV.com actually have an interactive component to them where you can actually submit your questions, and you can ask your questions and have them answered real time on the show. And you might even have like your question pop up on our live shows, right? But She Speaks Live will be a weekly show. We are trying to figure out if we're going back to Sunday nights, or if we're gonna give y'all Women Crush Wednesday. We don't know. I like Sunday because I feel like Sunday is like a recap of all the shit that's going on, that went on throughout the week, and then kind of a setup for the following week. Ideally, I would like for our show to get to 5 nights a week. But we need a 5-night-a-week budget. So we're starting at weekly. We will have live musical performances. We'll have live comedy performances. You guys, I have called on a lot of my friends in the industry for interviews, and not interviews, but conversations, because I don't really do interviews, baby. I just do conversations. So we got some shocking, exciting guests coming up, because we know we got to compete with this old ratchet ass algorithm out here that won't allow you to get all the followers, the viewers. Y'all see what it's doing to me. 12 people and I got 200,000 followers. How does that work? But I love y'all all the same. But I mean, really though, Instagram, Uda, owners of the algorithm, y'all bullshit. And we're gonna talk politics. We are going to talk politics. Why? Because it's very important that we as a community of people understand how important it is for us to be present and active in this here election. Because Project 25 is not something that y'all want to be dealing with. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to get an understanding of it. What else? We are also Stacey J, for all you single ladies out there, is doing a new segment. She will not tell me what the title of the segment is because she's just Stacey J, and we've been friends for 30 years, so she can just tell me, like in real life friends for 30 years. So she can just tell me on the day of our taping what her segment is going to be about. But I'm sure you guys are going to love it because the segment is going to deal in love and relationships. And I told Stacey, who's engaged and getting married, and I'm one of her bridesmaids, and well, she's having a fancy wedding, y'all. Y'all know Stacey don't do nothing unless it's fabulous and amazing. But Stacey's going to share information with you ladies on how you can join her on one of her African safaris or trips to Peru or whatever. She does some really amazing vacations for single women. So you guys will get that. You will also get a younger, fresher perspective, right? And if you guys have any ideas about people that you would like to see as guest co-host on She Speaks Live, please tag them, tag us. Make sure you're following at She Speaks Live. Because we want to hear what our millennials and our Gen Zers think about our old asses and our perspectives on their lives and their decisions. Because, they be making some crazy decisions. And, I think somewhere in their brains they feel justified, but we're going to figure it out, right? And then we have the spiritual perspective, which we have not really had on our show. Of course we have it in us as individuals, but somebody who is like ordained and anointed in the spiritual and I'm not going to let the cat out the bag right now. Y'all, the first ones to find out will be the people who subscribe to worktv.com to watch our live taping in 2 weeks. But when I tell you, this woman is so powerful and so such a force, and she's going to contribute so much to this conversation. And we have someone from the LGBTQIA community. We have someone from the LGBTQIA community. So think of this as The View at night with smart, opinionated, say it like you mean it, good people who mean well for the community. And then we're going to have our Diary of a Diva mashup, where I'm going to be having my one-on-one conversations with women who have been a part of the R&B Divas franchise, who have just, blessed me with the moment to speak. And before y'all ask, listen, I want Selena, I want Kelly. I don't have no beef with nobody, especially one of my Divine Nine sorors. I really don't have no beef with them. And we all love each other and it's all good. But I know all of y'all want to know what's going on. We are hopefully going to get everybody. And then once we get everybody to have sort of our individual sort of one-on-one conversations, then I'd love to have Funky Dineva host a reunion special, like a 2 or 3 part reunion special. Because we can get that sort of neutral, like he at least gets the opportunity to hear us sort of having our one-on-one moments. And then he'll have an opportunity to see that and extract from that his questions or, commentary to moderate this reunion special. I think he's a fantastic moderator for this special. So I don't know. He might be a little too rich for our blood, but I think he loves us and he loves R&B Divas, and he's shown up for me before and I've shown up for him. So if y'all didn't watch that Funky Dineva interview, please go watch it because it's bomb. And I really enjoy the transparency. I'm not going to get to all of it tonight. Which subject should I talk about now? Y'all have any questions for me? I talked briefly about P-Valley stuff. We're still up for our oral hearing. Filed another motion today. Y'all know what I filed motions on that. That's what I just said, Life of Chicks. She said you should create a talk show like The View. That's what She Speaks Live is. She Speaks Live is The View, is like The View at night. So you guys, thank you, Lauren. It's called She Speaks Live. We're doing a talk show. That's what the live is like. Thank you, Life of B Hicks. Thank you. We are doing the talk show. That's what I'm on here promoting. And we're streaming the talk show on worth.tv YouTube channel. And we're also streaming the talk show on worthtv.com, which is a streaming network. So if you are a sponsor and you want to have your product placed or promoted on She Speaks Live, listen, baby, these shows gonna be fire. So please send an email to you know what? Send an email to worth, WIRF, CEO at gmail.com, worth, CEO at gmail.com, or send me a DM or tag me, and then I'll have someone from the team get in touch with you so we could talk about, and right now is a good time to get in with your product sponsorship opportunities, baby, because you can actually get product placement. Now, listen, this is not like we're about to be, just promoting all kind of random stuff. We are really excited about products that are centered and rooted in Black female minority or Black entrepreneurs, Black owned products, minority owned products, women owned products, Black, white, or indifferent. We're really interested in wellness products, wellness, sponsorships. We're really trying to normalize conversations that elevate us as a community, even though those are not the most popular conversations to have here in these social media streets. It's a whole lot of who shot John and clown diggery. But we want to really stay as positive and as informative, as we can. Mental health is a really, really big issue. Mental health is something that we have always been super passionate about. It is definitely going to be one of the topics of our first episode. This conversation you don't want to miss. I tell you this, you do not want to miss this conversation. It is, if you thought the conversation with Monifa and I was dope, make sure that you tune in to She Speaks Live. You can watch the live taping if you go to WIRFTV.com and register. You can watch it as we are taping the show. Otherwise, you'll be able to see it after it's edited. Y'all heard that right quick? You can watch the live cut if you join worktv.com, or you can watch the edited version when it comes out in September. We are still internally deciding which launch date in September we want for the first episode, but it's here. We're back in the studio. We got live musical performances. We've got special guests. We got a panel of really smart women. And we're going to be talking about all the things that impact our community, right? Like there's Man Cave, and you got a lot of, I noticed on YouTube, there are a lot of male voices that, you got Star. Hey, Nick Jr., I see you, baby. You got the Star. Well, I guess I shouldn't be calling people out, but you got a lot of male influencers in a YouTube space. And women are breaking through, but we have a different audience. So we like to pride ourselves in, slightly elevating the conversation, not slightly elevating the conversation, elevating the conversation. And I'm really excited about the political conversations because I'm not the political pundit. I'm not the person who's going to be able to run it down for you like the people who know politics, right? But I am definitely somebody that will speak from the perspective of a layman as it relates to politics and ask some of the questions that some of y'all are probably going to be curious about too. So that's the beautiful thing about having people who are super smart and politically well-versed, and people who are just trying to figure out how to make sure that they're voting for the right person. So equality and equity and grocery prices and shit like that are not, ridiculous. And I will fall into that category. Women have been breaking through when it comes to social media and reality shows. Yes, indeedy. And that's kind of what our show is interesting, because it was described as like a reality talk, which talk falls into the reality space. But it'll give you the feeling of watching a reality TV show, because, most of the time the stuff that we really enjoy in those reality shows is when the women get together and go to lunch and have a kiki about issues or other people. That's the fun part of the reality show. That's that messy shit. When they go and, to walk up We ain't gonna have all them fabulous walk-ups and shit. But every reality show has a walk-up to a fabulous restaurant and the girls is all pulled together and they sit down and read each other for filth. But conversations and women and round tables and women just always seems to resonate with viewers. So that is what She Speaks Live is about. And like I said, we're going to marry the Diary of a Diva conversations, which will be in the second part of the show. And yes, that'll be super exciting. Somebody says, messy question, are you and Selena cool? That's not a messy question. A lot of people want to know that. I love Selena, and I truly believe Selena loves me. We haven't spoken in a long time, and I would love for us to have a sit down. That's like the finale, right? That's the big one. I would love for us to have a conversation, but everybody has to be kind of in that space, The one thing I'm not doing is I don't feel like it's important, or I'm sorry, it's healthy to push too hard in a direction. You just kind of I believe that divine order, God, the universe, is going to make it happen when it's supposed to happen. And I'm excited. I'd love to, I would love to have a conversation with Selena's sister, Celicia, who's a dope woman in entertainment. And I think there were some misunderstandings there. So I just think there's so many. And again, it's not messy. Your question wasn't messy. My response to your question is not messy. Sometimes when people are being authentic and they're telling the truth, it can be misconstrued, especially when you're from Detroit or Chicago or some places like that where we just kind of talk a little harder than the average person. But it's not messy. It's actually healthy to ask those questions. And a healthy response to that question is, I welcome every woman. There's not one. Y'all heard me say Kelly too. Haven't talked to Kelly since the whole incident. But like I said with Funky Geneva, I'm not holding no grudges. Because listen, this is how I look at it. There are so many other shows that have had people who have had beef, who have gotten over those beefs, and they over here making money either on tour or they making money, doing more shows or doing specials or whatever. And I would like to see R&B Divas have the opportunity to do that as well. I feel like it is unfortunate that such a wonderful show, unfortunately ended the way that it did. But go and look at the Funky Geneva interview that I did. That is probably one of the most detailed accounts of the situation. And he being somebody who was involved, as almost an honorary member of the cast, because he was always on our asses, y'all. Him being so close to it, I think, gave it more credibility in terms of the dialogue. It wasn't so one-sided one way or the other. Yes, R&B Divas was the mothership. ATL was the mothership. And now Angie and Selena are sorors, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? Me and Latavia are sorors, which is dope. It's just, Chrisette as well is a soror, and Zeta and Leela. So they got, it's plenty to pull from there. Plenty to pull from there. I watched that whole interview. It was fantastic. He's grown so much. He has grown. We've all grown. You know what? That is a great measure. That is an awesome measure of our growth. Q. The same way, that's good news. I love when I get good news. The same way, he was like Nessa girl, and he's evolved into this, classy bitch, right? With his studio and all the things and just, elevating his conversation. That is a reflection and a representation of where most of us who were kind of in the muck of the beginnings of reality TV, where most of us have evolved to and where we could evolve to if we were allowed and given that space to evolve and grow by people who are fans of the shows, right? I was talking to a friend of mine, another producer out here, and she was telling me about one of my colleagues in reality TV, and I really, 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 really want to have a conversation with her. She's from a Bravo show. I really want to have her on She Speaks Live. Ugh, 101, I give her an hour, I don't care. But we have some similar situations, and just hearing, how it impacted her, and just, as I look at how very similar circumstances have impacted me and my family, I'm just like, how powerful would it be for us to be able to share these mirrored, almost identical experiences that we had, You know what I mean? That would probably give people who looked at both of us like, oh, they think because they created these shows, da, da, da. It's just a whole different perspective that I think would have a lot more weight if we could figure out how to come together and share openly and honestly our experiences. And it's not to be messy. It is not to be dragging, or beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? It is a process of healing that a lot of us have to go through in order to get through, because a lot of y'all, and maybe not y'all on this call right now, but a lot of fans of reality TV were really hard on a lot of people who did not deserve to be, held to the fire that way. Because, a lot of us were being manipulated, as you all know now, is everybody and their mama who ever been on a reality show has spoken to the manipulation. But I think by the time you have something burned into your brains, that sounded wrong, but, branded into your head, into your thoughts, a narrative, an image, an idea about people, I think when you have that, it is very hard for you to see anything else, even if that whole thing is a lie. Like with Kamala. Oh, she put all these black men in jail. She didn't. It was just a narrative that stuck. It was a narrative that sounded good to people. It was a narrative that painted this picture of this black woman who was doing all this horrible shit to black men, and it's just not even real. It's not even true. It's not even fact-based. It's not on paper nowhere. In fact, on paper, what was it? The fast track program that she created to get them out of trouble. Like, it's so much good that she actually did that has been overshadowed by lies and misinformation. And our community is so good with rolling with the most salacious part of something, and it doesn't have to be real. It just has to be entertaining and compelling and thought-provoking, and you just be like, that's what happened. You know what I mean? So I hope that as we are allowed to grow and evolve, as Funky Geneva has been allowed to grow and evolve, and people are able to see a different perspective and see this through a different lens that is not clouded by a culturally incompetent white man, that you all understand how important it is to support people who live their lives in front of the camera for your entertainment. Yes, I feel like reality TV doesn't have to be messy. The more I feel like we're growing as a culture and we need, yes, I think this is a really good time for R&B Divas. I think this is a really good time for Diary of a Diva. I think this is a really good time for the Braxtons. Oh, shout out to the Braxtons, who have a new show, a new season of their show coming out. It's a good time to be able to tell compelling stories that inspire people, because I think we need inspiration now more than we need to tear each other down. And listen, guys, make sure, I'm going to jump off, right? But I want you guys to make sure, please, that you go to WIRFTV.com, because, again, the algorithm, the owners of these platforms, the people who want us to model and pose and cook and laugh and be jovial and not share, real, well, let me not say that, because I don't want nobody taking my Instagram, because I'm putting, put the sticker on there. This is not verified information, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's very hard for those of us who are speaking positivity and good into our community to get past the algorithm. So please share my videos. Please go to WIRFTV.com, because we don't know. Listen, I woke up one day and one of my pages was like, oh, your page is suspended because you. I'm like, what did I do? What did I say? Nothing. But I see a lot of other people. Look what happened to Jasmine Brand. So please, guys, please go to WIRFTV.com, worthmedia.com. Become a member so that you can be aware of what we're doing. I'm share some big news with you guys outside of She Speaks Live. News that I actually just kind of finalized yesterday that I don't even think my whole team knows about yet. I would like to perform my tribute to Black women and girls called Mirror Mirror on your show and act in your projects. I've sent emails and haven't heard back. What should I do? Calvin to Entertainment. Okay, so let me take full and whole responsibility for that. We have been so consumed with litigation against Stars, Lionsgate, and P-Valley. And when I'm not in litigation, and in litigation means I'm just reading, briefs. Read one today, they filed one today. It's been 4 years of just constant bombardment of legal stuff that I just really wish I didn't have to do, but the reality of my life is that I do. So at the same time, I'm able to go do my shows and perform and sing and go and support my sorority and my organization and build this platform and all this other stuff every single moment of my day between what I'm about to tell y'all about that I'm so excited about and, just I'm busy. That's the short of the long story. Super duper busy. So many people I need to call back. So many people I need to respond to. My intentions are always to make sure that I respond to every email or someone on my team responds to every email. But me being busy means everybody I work with is being busy. We are doing the work of about 15 people. And I'm not even going to tell y'all how small our crew is, but you ain't got but 3 fingers, 4 fingers to put up. There it is. We are busting our asses to try to make sure we give you guys great content. And we're giving you that at Worth TV. We're building a streaming platform. We're doing community service. We got so many big ideas, so many shows we're cooking up. We are going to get to those emails. We are going to get to those conversations. What I would say is don't stop. Send us another email. I will make a conscious effort to remind the team to check those emails. And if there is something that comes up where we feel, matter of fact, there may be something coming up pretty soon. So let me get into this. Turn my fan and cool off for a minute. Oh, child. Let me get into this. Thank you for getting it. Because I hate to feel like I'm, over-promising and under-delivering. We don't want to do that. Okay, guys. So, first of all, hooray. Shout out to my sister friend, Jessica Care Moore in Detroit. Y'all, I was supposed to be at the movie premiere for He Looked Like a Postcard in Detroit. I went to Miami. I was supposed to be at the premiere in Detroit. However, I was isolating because I found out that several people, one of them on this live, who I ain't going to, call you out, but several people I knew were not feeling well, got a little sniffle bug. And one of them knew they didn't have COVID, but the other one did not, but felt feverish and achy and all the other stuff. And I wanted to be responsible because I was spending a lot of up close and intimate time with 3 of the people that were not feeling great. Even though I didn't have any symptoms, I still wanted to be respectful and isolate. And plus I was doing a whole lot of traveling, and honestly, there were things I needed to do here anyway. So I missed the premiere of He Looked Like a Postcard. But shout out to everybody from Detroit that went to the premiere. I got calls and texts from all my people who really enjoyed it. It is a beautiful film. Yeah, COVID is back. Yeah, right. So I was just like, okay, the responsible thing to do is to just not get on a plane and travel and then find out, because I know there's an incubation period and all the other stuff. But luckily, everybody's doing much better. Like I said, I never felt sick. But again, I have a strong immune system. I do not get the flu. I do not get colds. I get headaches and shoulder aches and back aches and shit because I'm old. But I don't really get sick that often. And then when I did have COVID, I really wasn't like, sick when I had it. So thank God, knock on wood. Didn't want to play no games. So did not make the Detroit premiere. For all of you who are there, thank y'all for the support. But drum roll. So friends, I am making a movie. And I'm so excited about it. It's a project that my husband and I, who he's over here with his headphones on, have been developing for a minute. It was a project that I actually started before R&B Divas, right? It's an incredible project. I'm super geeked about it. And I was just waiting so much because of all the stuff that's going on, right? I'm like, how can you do a talk show, be on tour with Brownstone, to give in your community with your organization, be a grandma, be a wife, do all this other shit and do a movie? I don't know, but God is going to work it out and we're going to get it done. And when God presents an opportunity, you know, it's not like you could just stand around like not doing nothing, waiting for the opportunity to come. Then you'd be like, oh, the opportunity's here, so now I can do everything. No, the opportunity just came up at a time when I had a bunch of other shit that I committed to that I have to do. But I'm so excited because I wrote this film by herself. Hello. She wrote this like Soul Kittens Cabaret. I'm not going to give y'all too much information about it because, you know, they watching. And I don't need nobody to come up with no ideas, nowhere close to this, but it is another, I like to pride myself in writing characters that you haven't really seen before, even if you've seen them before, like played in a different way, and the story is just like only a story that I can tell. But I'm really excited about the film. I'm really excited about the film. So Calvin, what I was saying is I'm going to be doing some table reads. So you guys stay tuned because this film is going to have new faces in it. We're going to have some veterans because I done talked to one in particular, which is the reason why I think we were able to go forward with this green light because of their involvement. But, and not only am I doing, I'm not in the film. I might do a small, teensy, beensy, easy, beasy role, but I'm not in this film, but I'm directing this film. So we are going to be wrapped. I hope it'll be wrapped by November. It's not going to be a long shoot. I am casting in the next... So I'm going to be casting probably as early. We've already started the casting process just in terms of like putting our wish list of people that we really want to see. Ooh, I would love to work with Vivica. I would love to work with Vivica. She's so dope. Vivica's so dope. I love Vivica. We're going to be casting. We've already started putting some names in the hat. And I haven't even really brought this to my team yet because they're just like, wait, we shooting the talk show. You on tour with Brownstone and you're doing a movie, right? She's doing all those things, and I'm gonna get them all done. And I'm preparing for an oral hearing before a panel of 3 judges in the fall. But the movie is going to be done very quickly. So, you know, we're going to rehearse the hell out of it like we would do a stage play. And the movie is also a backdoor pilot for a series, right? I can tell you it's an ensemble, women. I've been working on the script for a while. I pivoted. I was watching, I watched this thing called Film Courage, which is like, tells new filmmakers, gives you tips and shows you ideas and stuff like that. And, you know, I pitched this idea to someone and they were just like, you know, some years ago, and they were just like, you know, I went back to that script and, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah. So as I'm watching Film Courage, because I have rewrites that I have to do. Not rewrites I was told to do, rewrites that I've chosen, that I've decided to do. Because I was watching Film Courage and they were saying, like, sometimes changing a character's sex, you know, from male to female, or changing a character's location, like what part of the country they're based in, or occupation, like certain little changes within a script can really like give it that pah, and take you, you know, to another space. And there is a character in this film. And then we were going back and forth about whether or not we were going to do it as a film or do it as a series, right? But we're going to go the film festival route, especially since, oh my gosh. So he looked like a postcard, did win one of the film festivals. And we were just in the Martha's Vineyard Film Festival this past week, in addition to the premiere. So I forgot to plug all that. Need to plug it. Tobias Treleaven, Jessica Caremore, Omar Reagan, Ashley Larry was even in this. It was a great movie. But back to this project I'm working on. So they basically said if you tweak a thing here or there, make a male character a female character, or change the location of a character, whatever, it could change everything about the story. And there's one character in this script that would be traditionally a male role. And you guys, I'm going to see if y'all can figure it out once the movie's done. We'll have some trivia and be like, can you figure out who the character who was originally written as a man, but I switched it and made her a woman? By switching this character and making her a woman and going over these lines that were written for a man, but making the character a woman. And there have been actors who have said in the past that they, I'm wrapping up, babe. There have been actors who have said, you need help? There have been actors who have said in the past that they have made a director switch just based on their audition. But change the character from male to female. It's fire. The person who plays this, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I was finna be like a film by Tyler Perry, written by Tyler Perry, starring Tyler Perry, in the Tyler Perry. I ain't gonna hold you up. I was so about to be like, this is my role. I want this role. And I might still, if I don't find nobody to play it. But she's so bad. Imagine a character that was written, and I'm not even changing the dialogue and the conversation of the character so much. I'm just changing it from male to female. And just in doing that, this might be my favorite character that I've ever written. She is a fucking beast. So I'm really excited. I have a few weeks to finish this script. Hey, Debbie. I have a few weeks to finish the script, and then once the script is complete, we're going to put out a call for table reads, and then we're going to cast it, and we're going to shoot it, and we're going to shoot it real quick. Not going to be a long shoot, not going to be an expensive shoot, but it's going to be fire. So anyway, I'm excited, you guys. We got a movie, a tour, a talk show, a lot of great community service. Make sure you follow the Sorors Collective. Hey, Pam. I saw your message, your response. I'm so excited. Ooh, it's exciting. Lauren, we haven't even told you. I shot Pam a text right after I got off the call tonight. You guys, there's some beautiful things happening with WIRF TV, Women in Reality Film and Television. Like I said, She Speaks Live is coming back. We got a wonderful lineup of guests already. I told you guys the Eric Monty conversation. You do not want to miss the Eric Monty and his family talk that we are finna have. It is amazing. And then, of course, like I told you, our hosts are back. Some Life of Chick says, what show was the most fun to do, Martin or Living Single? It's really interesting. Martin, I think it's the Martin I Want to Sing episode where I played Pam's cousin Alicia. Martin was very scary for me. I rehearsed until I was really hoarse in real life because I was like, I got to kill this. So I over-rehearsed. I was nervous. Martin was the biggest show ever. Super duper nervous. Living Single was one of my favorite characters because I was playing a character where I had a big role in terms of like the whole episode was about her pretending to be me. So she was pretending for a high school reunion to be my character. So my character's name was mentioned all throughout the episode. And then when I finally revealed myself, like, I'm the woman you've been impersonating the whole time, whatever. That was one of my, one of the moments where I felt like my acting I was really getting into my ability to act. It was a throwaway line. It was short, but I felt like it was real and believable. And I understood that everything didn't have to be so big. And I was more relaxed because I didn't have to sing and it was a small role. So I think I delivered there. But my favorite role ever to play, like the most fun, was Crayola from Woo. So that's the other thing, you guys. Now for the first episode, which we're filming. Keep in mind, I'm going to say this one more time, refresh your course. If you go to WIRFTV.com right now, well, right after this live, which I'm about to wrap up, and you log on for the grandfathered in rate of the Sigma Gamma Rho 1922, right? Now, disclaimer, this isn't a Sigma Gamma Rho thing. It's a Worth TV thing. But since I'm a member of Sigma Gamma Rho, and 1922 was the year we were founded, I'm just saying, I just felt like that would be a great special for all of you who want to log in. What up, Ro? I was just talking about, I see you, brother. I was just talking about, he looked like a postcard film in the premiere last night. And the fact that I hate that I missed it, but I had to isolate. I'm not sick. Thank God. Haven't been sick. But Ro Dazon is one of my favorite people ever. He was the DP for He Looked Like a Postcard. Ro doesn't know this yet, but he's going to be my DP for this next film that we're working on. He also did our film, our short film, Social Conflict, which is another project that I intend to make a backdoor pilot for a series. So, yes, guys, we got some dope stuff happening. Make sure you follow. What up, dope brother? He's like the dopest DP in the game. He makes things look absolutely beautiful. And like I said, he is my go-to person, period. Ro, wait until, I think I sent you the script a while ago, but it's go time, brother. It's go to the time. We about to make this mug, like crazy. So, scripted, talk, reality, Soror's Collective. We're trying to do some really good things with that. Make sure you guys follow the Soror Collective. Make sure you guys follow FromTheBottomUpFoundation.org. FromTheBottomUpFoundation.org. We have an initiative that we are kicking off called Creatives for Equality. Gotta say this. Y'all would want to make sure that you are registered at WIRFTV.com because we are putting together a fundraising concert. And I know, we just added another thing to the many things we're doing. But listen, we're a media company. We got to make sure we're driving this content. We have not solidified the date of this, but it will be a live event, a live fundraising event. And it is called Voices for Democracy. And we are raising funds for the Kamala Harris campaign. We are trying to figure out how to partner with, I believe it's Act Blue, so that all of the funds that are raised go directly to the campaign. So we're working on the logistics of that. We are also working on the logistics of our talent lineup and what that looks like. But that is something that I'm really excited about, working with the Sorors Collective to put together, Voices for Democracy. So you will see that popping up on my timeline very soon. We'll be promoting it each week while we're doing She Speaks Live. Let's go. It's go time, baby. It's go to the time. And y'all already know, and not just voices in music, but voices in business, voices in entrepreneurship, voices in television and film. Like, we all have a voice that we can use and leverage to help raise funds and awareness for this historic presidential campaign. It's not enough to just assume that because, you get 150,000 women on a call and they raise 10 or $15 million. This is a fight that is going to require all hands on deck and all of us using and leveraging. So this Voices for Democracy, remember you heard it here first, will be available on worthtv.com. And you guys, a little tidbit of information a little birdie told me. So, a lot of your major networks, the only way that they can, and don't quote me on this, and Pam is on here, but I've spoken to some network folks. It's hard for networks to allow fundraising initiatives to happen on their networks unless they offer both candidates the same airtime. Like, there's some rule to that or whatever. That is why it's so important that you guys tune into this fundraising event on WIRFTV.com, on our streaming platform. We will also make it available on YouTube as well, but we're going to do like an old school Parade of Stars, Lou Rawls Parade of Stars fundraising event for our amazing vice presidential candidate, Kamala Harris. You guys, we are going to use our voices to make sure that we get this White House in November. So, and then our follow-up to this Voices for Democracy fundraiser, we're also doing Oh, so many things. Okay. Y'all see why now all the emails don't get answered on time. Hey sis, send us the details we have. Right. Act Blue. Right. Exactly. So the way it'll happen is it'll be directly connected. But anyway, in addition to Voices of Democracy, we're also working in tandem for Voices for a Cure. My first Voices for a Cure event is going to happen in Detroit on September 8th at Belle Isle Park. In Detroit, September 8th at Belle Isle Park, I'm doing a 5K. I'm the captain of Team Voices for a Cure. I'm the captain. I don't know why I made myself the captain with my non-running ass, but I'm going but I'm going to be a good captain and a good coach for the team. So if you want to join Team Voices for a Cure, which will be happening September 8th at 9 a.m., it is the organization is Head for a Cure, and this is a run for patients. People who are brain cancer survivors, caregivers for brain cancer patients, brain cancer research. So excited. Some of you are aware my sister is, as I mentioned, battling brain cancer right now. It's glioma, and there is no cure for it as it stands. But we are going to be running and walking. It's a run walk, so you don't have to do both. And also, you don't have to just participate physically. You can participate financially by donating to our team. Or in the name of our team. The donations go directly to Head for a Cure. Just like when we fundraise for Kamala Harris, those donations will go directly to Act Blue or whatever the organization is that's raising funds for her. But we're super excited about that. So yes, I will be looking forward to seeing y'all cheering us from afar at Voices for I'll send the flyers on my page. You guys go to my link tree, my bio, link in bio, and you'll see where you can sign up for that. And then I'll post it again. But yes, it is. Our team is Team Voices for a Cure, because while glioblastoma may not have a cure today, we're going to keep fighting and fighting and fighting until there is a cure. So I love my sister so much, you guys. You'll see on the first episode of She Speaks Live, we went to the Bahamas. We had a wonderful time in the Bahamas. You guys, we watched a man make conch salad. We went to Straw Market. We did so much dope stuff. So that'll be available. You guys will be able to see that footage, and we're doing something probably every 6 to 8 weeks, to celebrate my sister's life, because at 46 years old, being diagnosed with such a serious, form of brain cancer, it really grows you up fast. And it has really inspired me to live each day to the fullest. So when y'all see me doing 50, 11,000, million, trillion, 569 things, it is because we really are racing against the clock in real life, in my family, in our lives. Every single day has to matter. And we got the same 24 hours in a day as Beyonce, as they say. So we're going to make it worth it. So, hey, Sabrina Nelson. I just talked about He Looked Like a Postcard Film. You guys, make sure you guys go and follow He Looked Like a Postcard Film. I was just telling the people, I hate that I had to isolate, and could not make it to the premiere, but I've been traveling quite a bit, just came back from Boulé, and like I said, I wasn't going to risk anybody's wellness. So I feel fine, I'm good, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of premieres for that movie. I play a character called Chuck, and He Looked Like a Postcard, who is Jessica Care Moore, the incredible writer, director, poet, community advocate, just all around badass. And Sabrina Nelson's art is featured in the film. She's an amazing artist in Detroit that does all these big, beautiful, incredible murals. So make sure you guys follow her. And again, if you want to be in our live studio audience for She Speaks Live, we are taping in 2 weeks. So if you want to be in the live studio audience and see who our first guests for the first 2 episodes are, then go to WIRFTV.com, and you will be able to come in and be a part of our live studio audience and see everything behind the scenes. The camera's moving, the director's grooving, me messing up my monologue, and all of the above. 11 million hugs to you, Sabrina. She's so badass, y'all. Make sure y'all follow Sabrina Nelson. She's badass. Everybody from Detroit is badass. Detroit is just the dopest city ever. My husband even says the same thing. He loves Detroit. So I think that's it. I have just, really spend a lot of time here. Let me show y'all my pocketbook one more time. Look at that. See those pearls and those rubies? I don't even know who makes this bag. It's a Sigma Gamma Rho bag. I'm going to have to find out. But I'll be walking around. I was like this today. Hey, girl. And me and Erin sang the anthem, and she was trying to, like, look that way so she can grab my bag. And I was like, no, ma'am. You should have came to Boulay. No, but they're doing big things. So make sure also you follow at the Magic Joneses. Thank you. You're a brilliant Detroit daughter, too, Sabrina. Yes. Pam. Oh, I got something to tell you. We'll talk. But that's all the good news. Again, 1922, the whole year. We got Voices for Democracy coming later in the fall, which is a fundraiser for the Harris campaign. We got Voices for a Cure, which we're kicking off in Detroit on September 8th. So anything we do on the Worth TV, anything I'm doing coming up, the shows in Vegas, the shows in Chicago, all the shows with Keith Sweat, the Brownstone, all that stuff, you will have a studio audience bird's eye view to our live stuff if you go to worthtv.com. Hi, Zealot, all my people from the movie premiere on my live. I love y'all, and I hate I couldn't make the premiere. I really do. I hit Jess. I was like, sis, I can't make it. I'm isolating. And wasn't even sick. The first day I did feel a little, I think it was just, I was just tired from the whirlwind of travel that I did. Oh, I didn't talk about this. I'm going to talk about it on She Speaks Live. Man, listen. Thank you to my organization, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, to be selected to host the public meeting. Soror, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but there were 10,000 people out there. That was just, and to come on stage following the Vice President of the United States, soon to be President. Y'all, I was backstage looking at them Secret Service. I was like, oh, Secret Service was everywhere. They not playing about Kamala. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that. I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, this is the president. Oh shoot, this is the first Black woman president. Vice President. Sorry. No disrespect, Mr. Biden. But I was just so floored and so blessed. Thank you, Pam. Y'all, listen, when I say I got the dopest team on the planet, Pam Credible, she been riding with me since the beginning. We did this. Okay, I'm going to be long-winded and it's going to be a 5-hour live. But Pam, I love you and I'm so grateful for you. Just people who have been riding through this process. It's just been such a blessing. But thank you, Soror. Was it 10,000, Soror, Lauren? My Soror said I did a great job. I was nervous, y'all. Let me tell y'all what happened. It's a little inside baseball. So I let my daughter Brandy do my nails because I was like, oh, you know what, honey, we got lawyer bills. You doing nails good? You do. So she did my nails. And that one was a little shaky. The thumb, it was like this one a little shaky. Not these. This I had to get them redone. But it was a little shaky. And baby, when I tell you, I don't even think I told the Soros. I'm telling y'all for the first time. Here I am with the Vice President of the United States in the building and Secret Service everywhere. And I'm nervous because it's 10,000 people out there. And this is the Divine Nine. It's like all the leaders of all the organizations. It's a big deal. Shout out to our international Grand Basilisk. There's been a whole change of guard. It's so much to talk about. But needless to say, nail popped off right as I was going on stage. All I had in the back, because they was like, clear bags, don't be bringing a bunch of stuff because the Secret Service and all this. All I had was my makeup bag. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have no Band-Aid. All these are blue and this one is not. And child, why was there a thumbnail? This is TMI, but I'm sharing it anyway. A thumbnail from a press-on, from me pressing my nails on like, probably, I'm not going to hold you up. It was in my makeup bag. It's probably been there for about 6 months because I don't do press-ons. I actually go to the salon. But this one time, and there was a thumbnail in there and some glue. So I had one pink thumbnail and all the rest were blue as I'm on stage for the public meeting and 10,000 people. So if y'all look at some videotape and y'all be wondering why she got one pink nail and one blue nail, it wasn't a fashion statement. It was God coming through in the final hour so I wouldn't have 9 nails in a nub. Because, baby, that nail came clean off. And then the next day I went and got them together. It wasn't 10K in the room at the time, but it was a lot of people. Okay, I was wrong. See, that's why I said, correct me. I don't want to be lying. Right. It was a whole lot of people. Thousands. We know that. But yes, y'all, honey, God came through with the nail in a makeup bag and some glue. So I was like, backstage, literally, before I went to the podium, I'm like, oh, stay. Okay. And then I was like, you know how we do when your nail ain't right. Felt like 10K. Yes. What up, Sora? I see you, Sean. I love my organization. I really do. Which is why today, when we sang the national anthem, my Marine shirt is representing that blue and gold. Whoop-de-whoop, there it is. How you feel? What? Okay, so there were thousands. Okay, we can safely say thousands. Do not forget, you guys, new season of She Speaks Live. It's finna be fire. And it's gonna be a She Speaks Live Diary of a Diva mashup. This diva that I'm interviewing in 2 weeks, that y'all can see the interview live if you go to WIRFTV.com. Y'all don't want to miss this. Oh, and let me say this. I'm doing a do-over on my interview with Kiki because we had some technical difficulties that I tried to kind of like patch over, but I'm not going out like that. Kiki ain't going out like that. So that is why you never saw the Kiki interview, because there was just a issue with, we were shooting against a light, a screen, and it wasn't lit well, and it just wasn't giving diva. So we decided that we're going to redo it. So, oh, your mom is a Marine, my husband's a Marine. You do need to get her the blue and gold. Absolutely. Yep. Amazon.com. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to put this in my Amazon storefront, which I absolutely have. So family, please, thank you, Pam, for putting me back on task. Please subscribe now. Why is it so important for you to subscribe? It's important for you to subscribe. We've been up for, have we been up for 6 months yet, guys? So it's been free for, do they have an Army one? I don't know. I'll find out. But it's been free 99 for the last 6 months. We have tons of expenses. It is not free to operate or run a streaming platform. But what I wanted to do was give it to you all for nothing initially, because we were, a lot of the material, like we got old episodes of From the Bottom Up, we got our short films and some other stuff. But now it's been 6 months. We've been up for 6 months. So we did 6 months of WIRFTV.com streaming platform, absolutely free 99. Now we got bills to pay, we got content to make, we've got all new episodes of new shows, a whole movie, and a bunch of other great stuff that I cannot talk about right now, but it's coming. And of course, you guys are going to have the bird's eye view of our tour with Keith Sweat. First stop, Vegas with Blackstreet and Silk. And if you guys want the behind the scenes and to be able to see clips and stuff from those concerts and those shows, then please take advantage of that. Trying to tell me. If you guys want to take advantage of being able to see the backstage and behind the scenes of us in the Sweat Hotel, please go to WIRFTV.com right now. $19.22 will have you the whole year, meaning when you get that notification about the telethon, and you get the notification about the Eric Monti interview, and you get the notification about the Diary of a Diva stuff, that's going to be all new stuff, right? Then you'll be able to watch it all with uninterrupted. And again, another perk for being a member of our community is that when you watch it live, when you watch the new episodes of She Speaks Live and anything else we're doing live, you'll actually be able to interact and ask questions, so that your questions will be a part of our show, our live show. So I'm super excited. Hey, Bobby Pin. I hate I couldn't see you in Houston either. Girl, honey, listen. The Secret Service is up there and all of them, honey. It was crazy. So yeah, it was crazy. It was amazing. It was incredible. But it was really hectic. So I'll make sure the next time I'm in H-Town, I definitely look you up, sis. Yes. Oh, you saw. Bobby, I didn't know you were there. Oh, super dope. Super dope. That's super duper dope. We got to get together. We got to have another conversation, girl. Okay, y'all. I've been on this live for a minute. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. Please, 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 please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Worth.tv is the YouTube channel, and worthtv.com is our streaming channel. And our new episodes of She Speaks Live are kicking off next month in September. And you can watch our live recordings as a member as early as August 22nd. So, or August the 23rd. There, I just gave it to you. Hey, Music's Closet. Hi. You guys, listen. Good stuff coming. R&B Divas. She Speaks Live. New movie, new film, which I'm super excited about. 2 new films. He Looked Like a Postcard film, which was written and Jessica Care is the star of, and it was directed by Kasem Bayer, who's an amazing director, Tobias Trelevin, who's an amazing actor. So make sure you guys tune into that and look for, well, it'll be a minute before you see this film we're working on now, because we're going into the film circuit, but we go into pre-production on this film very soon. Hi, Chica. Of course you coming on here after my butt been on here for 5 hours just rambling all long-winded. There's so much good stuff to share with you guys. Please keep praying for my family. Again, I am not messy, but baby, when somebody sent me that clip that Stars has lost 800,000 subscribers in 2024 and that revenue or business is down, hey, I don't glow over anybody's misfortune unless, of course, the situation is what it is with me and Lionsgate. And at the end of the day, God don't like ugly and he ain't too fond of cute. So I am super geeked about, karma and the universe reminding me that they got my back. And God reminded me that he has my back. So I'm going to let God do what he doing, right? Because, baby, when you wake up and you see what's really interesting. Now, this is interesting. This is going to be a little bit messy, but it's the fact. Well, it's the fact that I synced. Turns out that for a company that lost 800,000 subscribers, Stars lost, according to Forbes, I'm not making this up, I'm not in their books. According to Forbes, they lost 800,000 subscribers in 2024. But it's really interesting because the CEO, who happens to be the same CEO that I gave my script to, which is crazy. The CEO that I gave my script to was in 2024, received the highest pay raise of any CEO in entertainment, I believe. Like he's making like tens of millions of dollars. But again, that ain't my business. I'm just saying what they said in the paperwork, what the paperwork said. And the paperwork said he was one of the highest paid or received the highest pay raise in 2024 at the same time that Stars is losing 800,000 subscribers. I don't know why they're losing subscribers. I don't know. Let me find out. Let me look for something. I don't know. Karma. My pocketbook. Hold on, wait. Let me see. I don't know why they're losing 800,000 subscribers. I don't know if it was that, Down in the Valley show they try to do, docuseries to prove original concept. I don't know. But I know I'm going to let God do what he doing. Me and my purse. Me and my pocketbook. Listen. It's a little tinge messy. But baby, when you as far in debt as I am, because somebody just decided that they was going to take your intellectual property, your preeminent business asset, and make a whole lot of money off of it. I'm just saying, God don't like ugly. And I thank God for my perspective throughout this whole process. I thank God for my perspective. And my perspective is, no matter what happens in this process, keep building, keep creating, keep growing as a creative, stay humble, keep your head down, and do the work. What you say, Bobby Penn, it's not messy, you're getting your propers right. Right, one way or the other. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because, baby, when I read, they said that's why they broke nobody's content. This is what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to be shady with R&B Divas. Okay, maybe just a little bit shady. Maybe just a tinge. A little dablet. I've said it 5,069 trillion times. You cannot take the heart and the soul out of something and expect for it to thrive and to live. You could plug it up to life support, but for something to live and to breathe and to thrive on its own, it needs the heart. It needs the soul. It needs the creator of it, right? Like children need their mothers and their fathers, right? I look at my intellectual properties that I create, my stories, my ideas. I look at those things as my babies, right? I mean, and it feels, it feels like a little bit of redemption when you realize that something that you believe with your whole heart was taken from you is not thriving. And I don't have nothing to do with that. Because I still have my Star subscription. I have to keep my Star subscription because I got to see what's going on. And I got to be able to look and watch the episodes and pay attention to what's happening. But to see that, people are unsubscribing in droves, that's just karma. That's just God. And I'm going to let God do what he do. And I don't wish nobody no ill will. I just believe you have to do right by people. That's it. And that's why good things are happening. So please continue to pray for me, my family, my sister. She is, yes, Royal Irwin. They are extensions of you that you carry in your spirit. Yes, they were created. Yes, I created. There is nothing, you guys, listen. And I said I wasn't going to beat this dead horse, right? But I'm going to say this part. Tata Burlesque, Brandy. That's his line. Tata Burlesque is one of the most unique and original characters that has ever come to television, period. I'm not even gonna hold y'all up. The proof is in the pudding. Tata Burlesque, i.e. Uncle Clifford, owner of the club, one of the most unique, authentic, and real characters ever written. And when I see someone else getting credit for a character that I created 20 years ago now, y'all, 2004 is when I copyrighted it. It's 2024, 20 years ago. When I see someone else getting credit for something that I created that is such a strong character, babe, can you give me the charter? That is such a strong character, that is such a character that comes from a place of love, that is a character that embodied so many people that I loved and that I knew and that added so much to this role, to this character. Like, it breaks my heart to see it, but I have to trust God and I have to trust that. I'm about to lose my thing and I want to make sure I save my life. Can you give me the charger? It breaks my heart to see that, someone else is getting credit for creating something, so beautiful. A character that resonated with so many people. A character that so many people love. And every time people saw Soul Kittens or went to a reading of Soul Kittens, every time people went to a reading of Soul Kittens or saw Soul Kittens, you guys, that is what they would say. They love all of the characters and all the women have unique stories. Why isn't it? Okay, there we go. They love all the women and all of them have unique stories, but the character that they absolutely adore and the character that people always left the room talking about and the character that touched them and spoke to them was Tata Burlesque. And Tata is French for auntie. So Tata is Uncle Clifford, period. Tata and Uncle Clifford are the same person. One of the reasons why the judge decided that he was going, I'm saying my ducats to acquire Miss Daniels' original work. I'm saving my ducats, right, to acquire my work. Ain't that some shit? Don't do that, because guess what? You look up at 800,000 people unsubscribe from your ass. How about it? But I just, when I look back at it, ego tells me, to feel like they took my show. That's not what this is about at this point. It has definitely evolved from a claim about intellectual property infringement to a question of whether or not, as Black people in a community who have consistently given to music industry, television and film industry, every form of entertainment, why this narrative of us having those things taken from us, right? Down to the woman who wrote You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog that Elvis Presley took credit for. Down to, and I don't want to get too deep because you guys are going to hear this in the Eric Monty conversation, but Mr. Eric Monty, who they just celebrated 50 years of Good Times. And this man wrote all of these hit shows, and his family, who deserves the opportunity to reap the benefits of it, like it is criminal what's happening to creatives in this industry, and the fact that people just take from us and then dare us to take them to court and to take them to task. And it's interesting because my husband and I were reading, again, I told you guys early on the live, we had to file a motion for attorney's fees because the judge granted the $1 billion company, because even though they lost 800,000 subscribers, they still worth $4 or $5 billion, right? The judge granted the $1 billion company legal fees because the judge said, in short, paraphrasing, that he thinks, thank you, honey, he believes that my case is frivolous, that I should have never brought my case to the court, that it's impossible for me to win because no jury would see any similarities. That is what the judge said he believes, right? That the comparisons, he said her character's gay and their character is non-binary, gender fluid. He said, I only mentioned the casino a couple of times when they mentioned the casino. So he said that no jury, no reasonable juror would look at this and see any similarities. We don't agree with that decision. We believe that after being in this case for 4 years, we believe that, the judge in Atlanta didn't dismiss my case as frivolous. In fact, the judge in Atlanta dismissed my case and sent it to California because he said he believes that there are other people who need to be called, other executives, other folks who need to be called into this conversation. And those people would be more likely to come to trial if they're subpoenaed in LA. So that judge was like, no, I'm not dismissing it. So this judge who, shortly after my case went to him, he told the defendants, he ordered the defendants to file a summary judgment. And for those of you who don't know what a summary judgment motion is, new judge, it's not that easy. You guys, it's not that easy. That's why I vote in these elections. Vote in these here elections. Because presidents choose our federal judges, right? But he basically said, and I mean no disrespect to my judge, because I have to go back to the same judge once the appeals court hopefully reverses and remands the case, right? But that's what happens. Once you have a decision from a judge, you can't just be like, that's not, you don't want that, you don't like that decision, you don't like that. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. You have to go through a process, and you have to find an error in the judgment, something that the judge may have overlooked. So that's why you go to appeals panel. Appeals panel is 3 judges on the appeals panel, and they look at all the evidence. They look at everything I submitted, and they'll determine whether or not they agree with the judge's decision that no reasonable person would see any similarities, or whether or not they think that there is a possibility that somebody might see a similarity. And all I need is for them to say, you know what, somebody could look at these 2 things and all of these comparisons and see that it does deserve a trial before jury. And that's all I want. I'm not going around trying to convince everybody to be like, my case is a slam dunk. Although that is what I believe, and my lawyers and everybody else involved, that's what we believe. But the fact is, the way the judicial system works, you have to go through a process. You have to be able to cite other case precedent, right? It's not just like, hey, this is what it is. You have to set precedent. So what happens is, when, God willing, we are given the opportunity to be remanded and go back to trial, to see this all the way through to a jury trial. So they can see I went and I left my script. They're not denying that they received my script. The CEO is not saying he never got my script. He doesn't remember, but he's not saying he never got it. They're not contesting that I gave them all my stuff. What they're saying is that these are not the same. And they're saying they're not the same because my homophobic antagonist is more driven by homophobic animus, and their homophobic antagonist, Isaiah Washington's character, is more driven by money. Like, so he threw out my experts report, said the experts report doesn't matter for him. Like, it's just a lot, and expert reports ain't cheap. I've said, okay, babe, he's like, be quiet. So experts reports ain't cheap. Those are some of the things we pay for. So y'all make sure that you go to shespeakslive.com, shespeakslive.com. You can go to shespeakslive.com too. But worthtv.com is our platform. Make sure you go to worthtv.com and you register, because we, number one, are a great platform with great content. But number two, we got to work, because we got lots and lots of bills to pay. So yes, today we filed a second appeal, because the judge said I should have to pay them a lot of money, their legal fees, because I should have never brought the case to court, which is so disappointing, because I feel like we should all be able to defend ourselves, and we should all be able to, bring an issue into the court system if we feel like we've been wrong. And I believe that we all deserve the opportunity to go to a trial. But we'll find out if that is the case not very soon, because they keep pushing that back. Baby, them defendants don't want to go to that oral hearing. They busy, but we going to oral hearing. And I just need y'all to pray for me, because that is the end all be all. That's it. Okay, so worthtv.com. Thank you guys for always supporting me and listening to my rants and being informed, which is more important than anything. And I just want to say this in closing. This case is not about ego, and it is not about money. It was a how dare you black woman, baby. All of the information is public. So you guys can go to Pacer, pull up the case, and read it for yourself. I have to be careful, because I don't want, that's why my husband's like, shh, shh, don't, shh, 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 right? I have to grit my teeth, grind these motherfuckers till they turn into dust, because I have to be careful about the things I say, because they go and they take my lives and they take my posts and social media posts and stuff, and they be like, see, look what she said, look what she did. And I'm just telling my truth, exercising my First Amendment right. But I mean, I guess not all of us can do that, especially when we're going through a legal process, which is unfair to say the least, but it's how it is until we vote. So vote, y'all, because they talking about term limits and all kinds of stuff. Okay, worthtv.com, WRFTV.com. Make sure you register. We'll give you all the behind the scenes, and you'll be able to watch my oral hearing with the appeals court, because they are all public, because the appeals court believes that the public deserves to know about the legal process. Thank God for that. Okay, I'm going to go now for my husband. Give me another. I love you, honey. All right. You got my bag, though. God bless y'all. Keep praying for us. $19.22 for the year. Thank you, Soror. $19.22. That is what God got it. I believe that 100%. That is what it will cost you to have a whole year's worth of the content. That means from today to next year, today, you got all the content on Worth TV, and it's going to be worth it. No pun intended. Okay? Love you guys. Have a good night. And thank y'all for staying up with me, hanging out.